Homish, and I'm the town's communications coordinator. And today on What's Cooking, I am joined by Ella Friedman, my intern.
Hi Magnolia, thank you so much for having me today on your show.
Ella, I'm so excited to have you here today.
Gosh,
what are we cooking?
So today we are cooking chocolate chip marshmallow cookies, and with a surprise at the end, we're putting ice cream on them. So they're gonna be ice cream sandwiches.
Yes, it's gonna be so delicious. I'm so excited. And so what do we have to do first to make this recipe?
So today we're gonna start with a half a cup of butter, and we actually need it to be a little softened, or even melted would be great. So we need to melt the butter first.
Okay, so we're gonna nuke it in the microwave, and I can take care of that. And while I'm doing that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Sure. And I do want to put a few things out there. One, we are doubling the recipe.
Yes, we are doubling to make more cookies.
To share around town.
Yes.
And then also preheat your oven now to 350.
Yes,
alright.
We preheat our oven so that way while we're cooking, it will heat up and we can put it straight to the oven.
Yep.
So,
All right, so I'm gonna do this. You let us know about a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So my name is Ella Friedman. As Magnolia introduced me, I am a senior at Dartmouth High School. I am graduating this year. Very happy about that. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to college. Not sure where exactly. But I definitely want to major in journalism and essentially become a news anchor for a news station.
Yes.
I love to sing and dance and just like be out there. Being out there has always been a hobby, not a hobby, but something that I love to do since I was 4 years old or even younger. And I love being out there.
And that sort of transpires into your desires to be a news anchor and like be in front of the camera telling people about what's going on.
Exactly, yeah.
And so that made you the perfect candidate for this media internship.
Yes.
Where we've had a little practice behind the camera and obviously here in front of the camera. So how's that been going?
It's been great. I really love interning at the town hall. It's definitely given me a sneak peek to what it is to work in a office environment.
Yep, that's definitely town hall.
Yes, definitely is town hall, and it just really gave me an inside sneak peek to what it is to work at when I become if I become a news anchor, what it will be like working in the office and being with other people there.
Okay, so we have our butter melted.
Yes, we have our butter melted. So before we put the butter, I think it's maybe, I don't know, I've always heard that it's better to do all the dry stuff first before the liquid. So we're gonna go in with our half a cup of sugar, which is our granulated white sugar. This is it, I believe, Okay.
So that's a cup of sugar we're doubling.
Yes, that's a cup of sugar because the ingredients say half, but since we're doubling our batch, we're gonna use a cup.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we have our cup of granulated sugar, we also need a half cup of brown sugar. So we're gonna put that in the bowl. Okay. And now for the flour, which is, we'll need, so
it's a lot of flour, but
it's a lot. I forgot how much we put in here, to be honest.
It's gonna all come together and make a nice dough.
Yes.
So while we mix that up, what does a typical day look like at town hall? Or like in your internship, because you're not at town hall every day.
Yeah, so depending on my schedule, I'm usually at the town hall 2 to 3 times a week. The days that I'm not, I'll start off saying the days that I'm not there, I am with Mr. Parati, our TV media teacher at Dartmouth High School. He's very nice and fun to work with. And the days that I'm not over there at the high school, I'm at the town hall. And as soon as I get there, I have my lunch. And then after lunch, I check in with you and we debrief over the accomplishments I did that week or the week before that, and my tasks for the week or the following week. So it all depends. And we go over edits and videos, and and then usually I leave at 2 o'clock and go home.
Okay, so that's looking pretty good.
Yes.
We have a few more things to add, don't we?
Yes, for the dry. So now we need a teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm gonna mix that. I forget which one's which.
It's the middle one.
It's the middle one, yes.
Yep.
They all look.
That one we need to measure though.
Yes, that one, you're right.
Otherwise we're gonna have really salty cookies.
Salty cookies, and we do not want that. So we want, so this is a half a
those.
teaspoon, but we're gonna just do 2 of these. So 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Now, for the dry ingredients, we need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, but because we're doubling, we need a teaspoon of baking soda. So
that one we did measure.
yes, this one has already been measured, so I'll just dump it in. Okay.
So yeah, when Ella started with the internship, she was really clear that you want to be told what's expected of you each week and the sort of projects that you're going to be working on.
Yeah.
So we sort of go over what's happening in town or in the schools that week, and then you work on that. So an example of that is the school committee meeting shorts that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Those have been really awesome, a great way to get this really long meeting down to the key points that are relevant to like parents, teachers, students.
Mm-hmm.
And so in like, I'd say 45 seconds or less, you have the script, you have one of the school committee student representatives talk it through, and then Ella goes through and edits it with the appropriate footage in the background. And so we talk about what went well the week before, what we should do better the next week, and then a little bit about what's going on at school committee, because now that once you're informed, you have to sort of talk about what we think.
And I do want to mention that the edits that I do are on a video software that's called WeVideo.
Yeah, you've done a phenomenal job editing, especially like also the behind the scene videos for what's cooking. Ella is the magic behind those, getting all the footage and editing them together.
Mm-hmm.
So you've really grown in that also. You're doing a great job.
Okay, so I think I've mixed this enough. So now that you put all the ingredients, you obviously want to mix it. And now it's time for the wet ingredients. Okay, so now that we have, as I said before, we did double it again. So we need a cup of butter, which we have here.
So that's 1 stick.
1 stick that we melted. Okay, and we need
2 eggs?
2 eggs, yes.
Oh.
Sorry, you can do 1 too. So
all right.
Go ahead. Be careful with the cracking though, you don't get an eggshell in it.
Yep.
Okay, I like to make sure that no eggshell is falling.
Yeah.
Okay. We need the vanilla, which we have right here. And for the vanilla, I'm going by the recipe, so we needed 2 teaspoons of vanilla, but because we're doubling, I put 4, so. Okay.
Perfect.
All
right.
And yeah.
Okay, I'll mix this time.
You'll mix. My hand's getting tired from mixing.
So we've talked a little bit about the projects that you've made and what you do day to day in your internship. What's been your favorite part so far?
I definitely think that the behind the scenes videos that I make.
This whisk is maybe the worst whisk ever.
Hold on.
Maybe we'll use
We'll use this.
But here we gotta get it all out of the whisk also. Perfect. See, that's what we keep Ella around for.
Yes.
She's got the big ideas.
Well, I just figured it's skinny enough to go through.
Okay, we were saying, your favorite part of internship?
Yeah, it's definitely doing the behind the scenes of the what's cooking and then being able to actually taste the stuff that you make on the show.
Yeah.
I find that because a lot of the things that you make I have never heard about or have never made in my life. So it's unique to taste these new foods.
And it's fun when you watching a cooking show on TV. You always want to know what it's gonna taste like, and actually getting to is such a privilege.
Yes. Also, although they are tedious and long, the school committee meetings are kind of fun to make. I found,
You can get sucked into it.
Yeah.
So that all being said, it sounds like you've done a lot of editing. But what are some of the other skills you've got through this internship?
So some skills that I definitely, as I said,
We're up to temperature.
we're up at temperature. Definitely is, like I mentioned before, working in a work environment and learning how to successfully do so. Definitely meeting deadlines, like workforce.
Yeah, definitely as a journalist, you're going to have to really get comfortable working under the pressure of
This
deadlines.
is looking a little dry, so
I was thinking that.
we might need to add some, we might need to add some more vanilla because I think I only added,
Okay.
that amount was small.
Okay, we're going to add a little bit more vanilla, circle back, maybe more butter.
Maybe
if
more
not.
butter. I think we need more butter too. Do
All
we
right.
have butter?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we always have butter at the DCTV kitchen.
Yes. But yeah, I also think that collaborating with others on a project has also been something
Go.
that I have learned to do or improved upon doing. Obviously,
So you think one more or two more teaspoons?
2 more.
Okay. The good thing is, they're going to be delicious no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
So what was that, 3?
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in the bowl so it melts. Okay.
It's a little
Sorry.
slippery, be careful.
Oh no. Okay,
So
got
we're
it.
going to mix that in. Yeah, I think we are going to need a little bit more butter in this.
Yes, so always
So
if
this
you-
is a very realistic example of what it's like cooking sometimes. It doesn't always go exactly as the recipe says, especially when you're doing something like doubling or halving a recipe.
Mhm.
So, just roll with the
definitely added.
punches.
I definitely think that because we doubled up on the flour, it made it like a little bit dry,
Too
and
floury.
clumpy.
Yep. But that's okay. Nothing we can't combat with
Yes.
a little more wet ingredients.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so that's in the microwave melting. I don't want it to melt too much.
Here, if you need to,
Mix it, yes.
yeah, or maybe break it up a little. So, what's cooking is always.
What's cooking is always like interesting because you never know what's gonna happen on the show.
And you got to see a lot of the behind the scenes, like working on what we're going to talk about, coordinating, the guests and everything.
Yes, and I got to see the guests and people that I didn't know about or departments that came to represent. And yeah, like I can say that I think my favorite so far was Mr. Galashoff. I loved his stew, it was really good.
Yeah, his chili was delicious.
Or yeah, it was chili.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna add the butter. Oops.
Yeah, we are getting a little messy today.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it would have been a good day for an apron, but
Exactly. Forgot
That's all
that.
okay, let's mix this up again and hopefully it.
Yeah,
It goes better.
hopefully it goes better. Yeah, I just want to make sure we cut everything. It's okay. Baking is fun. Baking is supposed to be something that you do some people do it as a hobby. Some people take it seriously. Obviously, I don't take it seriously, but Okay, so as you can see,
After much deliberation, we determined it needed to be kneaded.
it needed to be kneaded. Obviously, my hands are clean. Wash your hands before you're getting down and dirty with this. But it needed to be softened because it was not sticking together. So I just came in and started.
Yeah, the extra, what is that, like
Oomph.
3/4 of a cup of butter.
Yeah.
Really helped add the liquid it needed. It was probably just a little too much flour.
Yeah.
It happens.
But it happens. So
So
now
it's looking a lot better now. You can see it's a real dough.
yes, it's actual dough. Now we're gonna add our
Chocolate chips.
chocolate chips, which was how many? 2 cups? 2
Yeah,
cups.
I
of chocolate
just
chips?
put
We
them
just
all in.
Put them all in.
You can't have too many, I don't think.
No, I love chocolate, so. I
I think that, yeah, go for it again.
I gotta go for it with the hands.
You've
They're already
gone in.
down and dirty.
Yeah. There's no going back now.
Nope.
So while you're doing that, let's talk about a couple of things that Dartmouth High School Media has on the horizon.
Dartmouth High, well, the seniors who have been doing an internship are doing or having a booth that talks about their internship. So the incoming seniors, which is the junior class, are going to come around at the gym, walk around and see the different internship opportunities and see like if they like it or not.
And what's available and get an idea of
Yes.
thinking even further down the line, like you can test out a career kinda.
Exactly. And
We'll talk to people about the internship and hopefully recruit for my next Dartmouth High School Media intern. So we've got that. And then also Dartmouth High School Media is going on a field trip.
Around 8 a.m. we are leaving the high school to go to the Providence Place Mall where we are watching a IMAX movie called
The Amateur.
The Amateur. Yes.
Okay, I think those are good.
I think that's good. Yeah, I was just
Okay.
gonna say. I think that's enough.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them all out on the cookie sheet. Halfway through baking, we're gonna take them out, sprinkle a couple on top. That way they just melt over,
Yes.
kind of like a s'more.
Exactly.
Before you put that on, we should spray this.
Yes.
So that way we
I'm
don't.
gonna already have my little ball made though.
That way they don't stick. Okay, and before you do that, I like to just like make it even, if you know what I.
Magnolia is a perfectionist, so of course, gotta make it all good.
Okay, hopefully nothing sticks.
No. Can I start?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm gonna start, and they usually say to have the cookies spread out like 2 inches apart, and at least 1.5 tablespoons of dough. So,
Yeah.
we kind of want them big for the ice cream though,
Yeah.
too, so it will hold the ice cream. Oops, the cookie's kind of getting.
That's
So-
all right. Here, let me
Yes.
get into it.
Get into it and help me make the cookies.
All right. So Ella,
Yes.
what's next for you after graduation?
So, like I said, definitely college. I am deciding whether to go to Brandeis or UMass Amherst. That's kind of my thought process right now. I don't know which one to go to. Big decisions. And yeah, I can't wait. I'm very much looking forward to the summer. I think senior year summer is like one of the best summers, they say, because it's like you're leaving high school and you're like taking a break
Yeah.
until you have that transition into college. So I'm nervous, but also happy that I'm leaving. Nervous in the sense of like college obviously is a big thing, and you know, I don't know what to expect. Whereas like the high
It's
school,
like a big change.
It's a big
going from what
change.
you know to something
exactly,
new.
it's a
but
big change.
You're gonna do great in college.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
I think this one might be huge, but
That's okay.
that's all right.
That's okay. They can be big. But yeah, I definitely, those are my plans. And I definitely want to study abroad in college
Yep.
and do internships. That's definitely something that I am interested in doing.
All right. So we've got one more cookie to make, and then
Wow, big cookie.
yeah, okay, maybe that
Maybe
one's too
half
big.
the size
Maybe
of that.
that's too big.
There's a lot of chocolate chips in here. It's going to be very chocolatey.
You said you love chocolate.
But I
so-
do love chocolate. I can never have enough chocolate.
These chocolate chips are kind of
Chunky.
I feel like sometimes you use the mini ones. These are not that.
These are not mini. They're definitely like big chocolate chips.
Okay, we're gonna leave that one in there.
Mm-hmm.
Throw these in
Okay.
the oven
We're going to
for.
throw them in the oven.
It said 7 to 10 minutes.
7 to
We're gonna check on them around 5 minutes. Put a couple marshmallows on them.
Mm-hmm.
Take them out,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's time to try.
It's time to eat.
All
It's
right.
okay.
So we'll check back in a couple minutes.
Yes.
All right, so we're back. We're gonna pull them out. We're gonna put the marshmallows and then throw them right back in.
Yes. Let's do that. Don't burn yourself.
clear our area.
Yes.
And then
Let's
sprinkle some marshmallows on them.
some marshmallows. Okay. You can take some as well.
So yeah, maybe like 3 or 4 each. Just kind of try not to get them to fall onto the sheet though, because I think
Yeah.
it'll just burn to it.
Ooh.
So we're just gonna. It's gonna be reminiscent of s'mores.
Yes.
And if you really wanted to like play up the s'mores of it all, you could get some like cinnamon in there to bring in like the graham cracker.
Graham cracker. Or you
flavor.
could put graham cracker pieces in it.
Yep, that could really make it really lean into the s'mores. Oops, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. This is looking pretty good, I think.
Okay.
I think these are going to be delicious.
Yes, I think so too. I agree.
Despite the adversity they've had to overcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you mind opening the oven for me?
Yes.
All right, so we'll give those probably another 4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes, yeah, to cook.
All right. So it's been a little longer than we thought because I think the cookies were a little bigger
Yes,
than
they
it had
needed to
called
cook
for,
more.
but for our sandwiches, it's going to be perfect. So we're going to pull them out now. The marshmallows are getting a little melty. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll pull
Ooh,
them out.
they're nice and puffy. Wow. They got a little bit golden on top.
Yep.
Wow, that looks so good.
Okay. So yeah, you can see it all started to like melt and come together a
Ooh.
little bit.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a plate and a spoon.
Thank you.
And then as promised, we do have the ice cream.
We have vanilla ice cream by Tillamook. Not sponsored. Sponsor us.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the responsibility of doing that, and I'm gonna
Thank
do
you.
getting the cookies off the sheet.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
you might wanna.
Do that, and then give that to you to scoop.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, there you go.
That seems like the perfect like piece of ice cream for it. So I'm gonna hand that over to you, and I'm gonna get another cookie to add to this one.
You can take that one.
Perfect.
It's a little bit hard, but that's okay.
Oop, we're losing the lid. There we go.
There you go. Try to make it even.
And it's hard because the cookie on top is melting the ice cream and making like a little slide.
No.
That's all right. There you go.
Oh, that's okay. That is a-okay.
These are gonna be so delicious,
I know.
fresh out of the oven.
Just fresh out of the oven.
It smells delicious in here.
I can't wait to eat this. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. Are you ready?
Yes.
Get a little cookie and a little ice cream in the same bite.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm. It's good.
Despite what we went through
I
to
think
make
it
these
was
cookies
worth it.
happen, they taste perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for coming, Ella.
Thank you for inviting me.
and thinking to make this delicious recipe. I wish you so much luck in deciding what college to go to
Thank
and
you.
going to college. It's been a pleasure having you as my intern, and you are doing amazing work. You're going to do amazing things.
Thank you.
So I hope you reach back out to DCTV one day and say, can I come on again? Because
definitely, you'll
you're
see
on
me
to-
again.
you're on to huge things. And if you ever need a cookie recipe, come to Ella. It's amazing.
They turn out
Alright.
good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.